The sleep study. Claire Bennett hadn't slept in 3 years. Not really slept. Not the deep, restful kind. Just shallow drifts. 5 minutes here. 10 minutes there. Never more than 30 minutes at once. 3 years of exhaustion. 3 years of watching the clock. 3 years of feeling her mind slowly break apart. She'd tried everything. Pills, meditation, therapy, sleep clinics, specialists. Nothing worked. Her body had forgotten how to sleep, or refused to. She couldn't tell anymore. Claire sat in her Minneapolis apartment. 4:47 a.m., another sleepless night. Her eyes burned. Her head ached. Her thoughts moved like mud. She scrolled on her phone, mindless, desperate, looking for anything to pass the time until sunrise. Then she saw it. An ad, sleep study. Participants needed $10,000 payment. Cure guaranteed North Star Research Facility. Limited spots. Apply. Now Claire stared at the ad. $10,000. Cure guaranteed. It was probably a scam. Had to be a scam. But she clicked anyway, because desperate people do desperate things. The application was simple. Name, age, medical history. Sleep problems. Claire filled it out. Tried not to hope. She'd been disappointed too many times. She hit submit. Closed her phone. Went back to staring at the ceiling. Her phone buzzed. 1 minute later. Congratulations. You've been selected for the North Star Sleep Study. Please arrive tonight at 11 p.m. Bring nothing. Everything will be provided. Do not be late. An address followed. North Minneapolis. Industrial area tonight. 11 p.m. Less than 18 hours away. Have you ever been so tired that nothing matters anymore? When exhaustion erases caution? When you'd do anything for just one night of real sleep? Claire felt that now. Had felt it for 3 years. She'd go. Of course she'd go. What did she have to lose? The North Star Research Facility was a squat concrete building. No windows, one door. Saison Medical Research. Authorized personnel only. Claire arrived at 10:53 p.m., 7 minutes early. Other people waited outside. 11 others. All look exhausted. Dead eyes, hollow cheeks. The unmistakable look of chronic insomnia. First time? A woman asked. Maybe 40. Thin. Tired. Yes, Claire said. Me too. Saw the ad this morning. Applied. I got accepted immediately. You? Same. They all had the same story. Saw the ad. Applied. Accepted instantly. Like the study was waiting specifically for them. At exactly 11 p.m., the door opened. A man stood there. 50s. White coat. Friendly smile. Welcome. I'm Dr. Marcus Verne. Please come in. They filed inside. The facility was clinical. White walls. Fluorescent lights. Sterile. Cold. Dr. Verne led them to a conference room. 12 chairs. They sat. Thank you all for coming, Dr. Verne said. You've been selected for a revolutionary sleep study. We've developed a new treatment. 100% success rate. Every participant leaves cured. Guaranteed. Murmurs. Hope. Desperation. What's the treatment? Someone asked. I'll explain everything. But first, you need to understand the commitment. This study lasts 7 nights. You'll sleep here, in our facility, under observation. Each night, we administer the treatment. By the 7th night, you'll be cured. Forever. What kind of treatment? Claire asked. Dr. Verne smiled. Sleep therapy. Enhanced REM cycles. We help your brain remember how to sleep naturally. It's completely safe, non-invasive, and it works. Why 7 nights? Another participant asked. The brain needs time. Each night builds on the previous one. By night 7, the neural pathways are restored. You'll sleep normally for the rest of your life. It sounded too good to be true. But Claire was too tired to care. The payment is $10,000, Dr. Verne continued. Paid at the end, but only if you complete all 7 nights. Leave early and you forfeit payment. Understood? Everyone nodded. $10,000 a cure. 7 nights. Easy. Excellent. Let's begin. Dr. Verne led them down a hallway, through double doors, into a large room, 12 hospital beds, arranged in a circle. Each bed had monitors, IVs, equipment, clean, professional, real. Choose a bed, Dr. Verne said. Get comfortable. We'll begin shortly. Claire chose bed 7. Lucky number. She hoped. The others settled in. Nervous, exhausted, hopeful. Nurses appeared. Attached monitors. Heart rate, blood pressure, brain activity. They inserted IVs. What's in the IV? Claire asked. Nutrients, hydration, and a mild sedative to help you relax. The nurse smiled. Don't worry. It's safe. The sedative hit fast. Warmth spread through Claire's veins. Her eyelids grew heavy. For the first time in 3 years, she felt sleepy. Really sleepy. Sleep well, Dr. Verne said. His voice was distant, fading. Dream deeply. Claire's eyes closed. Darkness took her, and for the first time in 3 years, she slept. The dream Claire stood in a forest, dark, ancient, trees so tall she couldn't see the tops, fog everywhere, thick, suffocating. She wasn't alone. The others were there, all 11, standing in a circle, confused, disoriented. Where are we? Someone asked. Dreaming, Claire said. She knew. Somehow. We're all dreaming. But we're together. How can we share a dream? Good question. No answer. The fog shifted. Something moved in the darkness, large, watching. Hello? Claire called out. A voice answered, deep, ancient, tired. Finally, you came. The fog parted. A man emerged, tall, gaunt, pale, dressed in clothes from another century. Victorian, maybe. He looked exhausted, more tired than any of them. Who are you? Claire asked. My name is Nathaniel Grey. I've been asleep for 500 years. And you're going to help me wake up. Claire woke up gasping. Morning light filtered through windows. She was in the hospital bed, monitors beeping. The IV is still attached. She'd slept. Actually slept. 6 hours according to the clock. 6 uninterrupted hours. It felt like a miracle. The others were waking too, confused, amazed, smiling. I slept, the woman from outside said, tears in her eyes. I actually slept. Dr. Verne entered. Clipboard. Pleased expression. Good morning. How do you feel? Amazing, someone said. Incredible, another agreed. Tired but good, Claire said. Because she did feel tired, deeply tired. It was like her body was catching up on 3 years of missed sleep all at once. Excellent. That's normal. Your brain is adjusting. Tonight will be even better. Dr. Verne checked his notes. Did anyone experience dreams? Everyone raised their hands. And were the dreams unusual? Silence. Uncomfortable shifting. We were together, Claire said. In the dream. All of us. And there was a man, Nathaniel Grey. He said he's been asleep for 500 years. Dr. Verne's expression didn't change. Shared dreams are common in this treatment. Your brains are synchronizing. Learning from each other. It's nothing to worry about. But he seemed real, another participant said. Not like a dream, real. Dreams always feel real. That's their nature, Dr. Verne smiled. Rest today. Tonight is night 2. The treatment continues. He left. The nurses brought breakfast, food, coffee, comfort, but Claire couldn't shake the feeling. The dream had felt too real, too specific, too deliberate, and Nathaniel Grey's voice echoed in her head. You're going to help me wake up. Day 1 passed slowly. They stayed in the facility. Comfortable rooms, food, entertainment, but no phones, no internet, no contact with the outside world. For the treatment to work, you need to disconnect, Dr. Verne explained. External stimuli interfere with the brain's healing process. It made sense. Probably. Claire was too tired to argue. She met the others. Learned their stories. All chronic insomniacs. All desperate. All broke. The $10,000 meant everything to them. There was Jessica. The 40-year-old is from outside. Hadn't slept since her daughter died. 3 years of grief and wakefulness. There was David. Veteran. PTSD. Nightmares when he did sleep, so he stopped sleeping altogether. There was Maria. Nurse. Seen too much death. Couldn't close her eyes without seeing patients dying. 12 people, 12 stories. All united by exhaustion. Why do you think we all had the same dream? Jessica asked during lunch. Dr. Verne said it's normal, David said. Brain synchronizing or whatever. But that man, Nathaniel, he felt conscious, aware, like he was really there. Maybe he's part of the treatment, Maria suggested. A shared construct, something the facility implanted to help us. Maybe, or maybe something else. Have you ever had a dream that felt more real than waking life? When you can't tell which side is the dream and which is reality? Claire had that feeling now. Persistent. Unsettling. Night 2. 11 p.m. Back to the beds, IVs, monitors, sedative. Claire's eyes grew heavy again. The pull of sleep is irresistible. She surrendered. Gladly, desperately, and dropped into the dream. The dream. Night 2, the forest. Again, darker, colder, fog, thicker. All 12 of them appeared. Together, like before. Nathaniel Grey was waiting, standing in the center of the clearing. He looked stronger, more solid, more real. "Welcome back," he said. "Thank you for returning." "We didn't have a choice," Claire said. "We're asleep. This is a dream, is it? Or are you more awake here than you've been in years?" The question hung in the air. Uncomfortable. True. Claire felt more alert in this dream than she had in 3 years of waking life. Her mind was sharp, clear, focused. "What do you want from us?" David asked. "Military training showing direct suspicious. I told you. I need to wake up. I've been trapped in sleep for 500 years. A curse, a punishment, and I can't escape alone. I need help. Your help." "Why us?" "Because you understand. You know what it's like to be trapped between waking and sleeping, to exist in neither state fully. You're perfect, sympathetic, desperate. What happens if we help you?" Jessica asked. "You'll be cured, truly cured. Your insomnia will end. You'll sleep peacefully for the rest of your lives. And if we don't?" Nathaniel smiled, sad, tired. "Then you'll stay here, with me forever, asleep, dreaming, trapped." The forest grew darker, colder, the trees pressed closer. "You're threatening us," Maria said. "I'm offering you a choice. Help me wake and you go free. Refuse and you sleep forever." "Simple. How do we help you?" Claire asked. "Each night you come here. Each night. You give me a piece of your consciousness, a piece of your waking self. 7 pieces from each of you. 84 pieces total. Enough to wake me. Enough to set me free. And what happens to us when we give you these pieces? You'll still wake up, but each morning you'll be a little less, a little emptier. By the 7th night you'll be hollow, shell, mindless, but you'll sleep, forever, peacefully. Isn't that what you want?" "No, not like that. Not at that price. We're leaving," David said. "All of us. We're waking up now." He closed his eyes, concentrated, trying to force himself awake. Nothing happened. He tried again. Panic is setting in. "I can't wake up. Why can't I wake up?" "Because this is where you belong now. This is the deepest sleep, the truest rest. You can't leave until I allow it." "You're a vampire," Claire said. The realization hit her. "You feed on sleep, on consciousness, on dreams? Very good. Yes, I'm a dream vampire, the last of my kind. I was cursed 500 years ago by a witch, trapped in eternal sleep, unable to wake, unable to die, just dreaming forever, alone, until Dr. Verna found a way to bring people to me. Dr. Vern works for you. He serves me, has served me for 30 years, bringing me dreamers, insomniacs, people desperate for sleep, people who won't be missed." Jessica's voice shook. "How many people have you done this to?" "Dozens, but none have worked. They weren't desperate enough, didn't surrender fully. You 12 are perfect, broken, empty, ready to give everything for one night of rest." The truth settled over them, cold, final. They weren't here for a cure. They were here to be consumed, drained, sacrificed. "Someone will notice we're missing," Maria said.
"Family, friends, please. Will they?"
"You're insomniacs, isolated, exhausted. Most people assume you finally broke, wandered off, gave up. No one will look hard. No one cares enough." He was right. Claire had no one. Her family had given up years ago. She'd pushed away friends. She quit her job. She'd been invisible before this, dead already in every way that mattered. "Sleep now," Nathaniel said. "Rest. Tomorrow night I'll take the first piece. And we'll begin the real work." The fog closed in. Darkness swallowed them. Claire woke up screaming. Morning. Day 2. The others were awake, terrified, panicked. "We need to leave," David said. Now Dr. Verna entered, calm, smiling. "Good morning. How was night 2? "You know how it was," Claire said. "You know what he is. What you're doing to us. I'm curing you, exactly as promised. By feeding us to a vampire, by giving you rest. Eternal rest. Isn't that what you wanted? Peace, sleep, an end to suffering?" "Not like this." Dr. Verna's smile faded. "You signed consent forms. You agreed to 7 nights. You can't leave until the study is complete." "We didn't consent to this. To being drained, consumed. You consented to experimental treatment. That's what this is. Experimental, revolutionary, and it works. Every participant achieves perfect sleep. Forever. Because they're dead, Jessica said. They're at peace, which is more than they had before. David lunged at Dr. Verne, grabbed him. "Let us out, now!" Two security guards appeared, large, fast. They pulled David off, held him down. "You're free to leave," Dr. Verne said calmly. "The door is unlocked. Walk out any time. But know this, the sedative we gave you is permanent. It's tied to the dream. You'll fall asleep again tonight, and every night. And you'll return to Nathaniel, whether you're here or at home. The dream will find you. You can't escape it." Claire's blood went cold. "You poisoned us. I gave you what you wanted. Sleep, deep, unavoidable sleep. Exactly as advertised. Have you ever realized you've been trapped and there's no way out? When every choice leads to the same ending? They were caught. Perfectly, horribly caught. 5 more nights, Dr. Verne said. That's all. 5 more nights and it's over. You'll sleep forever, peacefully, no more pain, no more exhaustion. Just rest." He left. The guards followed. The door locked behind them. 12 people sat in silence. Trapped, doomed, exhausted. "We have to fight," David said. "Find a way to stay awake. Resist the dream." "How?" Maria asked. "We haven't slept in years. Our bodies won't let us stay awake. And now we're drugged. We'll fall asleep. We have no choice." "Then we fight in the dream," Claire said. "We find a way to hurt him, weaken him, escape. He's 500 years old. We're just humans. Exhausted, broken humans. What can we do?" "Good question." No answer. They had 5 nights. 5 chances. 5 pieces of consciousness left. After that, they'd be gone. Empty. Forever asleep. And Nathaniel Grey would be free. Day 2 stretched endlessly. The 12 of them gathered in the common area, trying to plan, trying to hope. "There has to be a way to fight him," David said. "In the dream. Some kind of weakness." "He's been asleep for 500 years, Jessica said. "He's probably more powerful in dreams than we could ever be. That's his world, not ours. But we're 12 people. He's one. Numbers matter, do they? In dreams, does anything matter?" Claire listened. Thought. Remembered what Nathaniel had said. "You're perfect. Broken. Empty. Ready to give everything for one night of rest." That was his power. Their desperation. Their exhaustion. Their willingness to do anything for sleep. "What if we don't sleep?" Claire said. Everyone looked at her. "The sedative forces us to sleep. But what if we fight it? Stay awake? Resist?" "We've been trying to stay awake for years," Maria said. "It never works." "But we weren't drugged before. Maybe the drug has limits. Maybe if we fight hard enough, we can stay conscious, stay in control. Or maybe we just torture ourselves and fall asleep anyway," David said. More exhausted. "More vulnerable. Do you have a better idea?" Silence. No one did. "Tonight we try," Claire said. "All of us. We fight the sedative. Fight the sleep. And if we do fall asleep, we stay together in the dream. We don't let him separate us. We watch each other's backs. It wasn't much of a plan, but it was something." Dr. Verne appeared at lunch. Friendly, unbothered. "How's everyone feeling? Ready for night 3? "We're not doing it," David said. "We're leaving. You can't keep us here." "You're right. You can leave any time." Dr. Verne gestured to the door. "Go ahead, walk out. I won't stop you." No one moved because they knew. The dream would follow. The sleep would come. Whether they were here or at home, Nathaniel would find them. "That's what I thought," Dr. Verne said. "You're safer here, under observation. If something goes wrong, I can help. Out there, you're alone." "Why are you doing this?" Jessica asked. "Helping him. Feeding him, people." "What does he give you?" Dr. Verne smiled. "Immortality. In exchange for my service, he promised to turn me, make me like him. A dream vampire. Eternal. Powerful. Free from death. He's lying. He's been lying for 30 years. He'll never turn you, perhaps. But I'm a patient man. I have time. And every group of dreamers brings him closer to waking. Closer to keeping his promise." "You're insane," Maria said. "I'm a scientist. I serve knowledge, progress, understanding. Nathaniel is a unique specimen, the last dream vampire. Studying him, helping him is the opportunity of a lifetime." He left them with that. The cold logic of a fanatic, someone who'd sacrificed dozens of people for an impossible dream. Night 3 arrived too fast. 11 p.m. Back to the beds, IVs inserted, monitors attached. The sedative flowed into Claire's veins. Warm, heavy, irresistible. She fought, kept her eyes open, bit her tongue, pinched her arm, anything to stay awake. But her body betrayed her. 3 years of exhaustion. 3 years of craving sleep. The drug was just giving her what she'd always wanted. Her eyes closed. Darkness pulled her down. Into the dream. The dream, night 3. The forest was darker. The trees were closer. The fog was thicker. All 12 appeared. But something was different. They were translucent, fading, less solid than before. Nathaniel stood waiting. He looked stronger, more real, more awake. Welcome back. I trust you spent the day planning resistance, plotting escape, hoping for salvation. We're not giving you anything, David said. We're fighting you. Good. I prefer a struggle. Makes the victory sweeter. Nathaniel walked among them, studying, judging. Tonight I take the first piece. Who shall it be? None of us, Claire said. We refuse. Refuse? You don't understand. This isn't a negotiation. This is a harvest. He moved fast, impossibly fast. Grabbed Jessica. She screamed. Nathaniel placed his hand on her forehead. His fingers sank into her skin, into her mind, into her consciousness. Jessica convulsed. Her eyes went wide. Her mouth opened in a silent scream, and something came out of her, visible, glowing, a piece of her essence, her consciousness, herself. Nathaniel pulled it free, held it, a glowing orb of light and memory and identity. He consumed it, swallowed it whole. Jessica collapsed, still breathing, still alive, but empty, hollow. Her eyes were vacant, dead, one down, 83 to go. The others rushed to Jessica, shook her, called her name. Nothing, she was gone. The body remained, but the person was erased. What did you do to her? Maria screamed. I took what I needed, a fragment of consciousness, a piece of waking mind. She'll still wake up tomorrow, but she'll be less, diminished. By the 7th night she'll be completely empty, a shell, but she'll sleep, forever, peacefully, as promised. You're killing her. I'm giving her rest. Isn't that what she wanted? No more nightmares, no more grief over her dead daughter. Just nothing. Peace. Have you ever watched someone lose themselves? When the person you knew disappears and only the body remains. David lunged at Nathaniel. Tried to fight? Tried to hurt him. Nathaniel didn't even move. David passed through him. Like attacking smoke. You can't hurt me here. This is my realm, my dream. You're just visitors. Powerless, helpless, mine. There has to be a way, Claire said. Some weakness? Something? There is. But you won't find it. And even if you did, you wouldn't use it. Because the only way to hurt me is to hurt yourselves. And you're already broken. How much more can you take? The fog closed in. Nathaniel faded into shadow. Sleep now. Tomorrow night I take 2 pieces. Then 4. Then 8. Accelerating. By night 7, all of you will be gone. And I'll finally wake. Darkness swallowed them. They woke up screaming. Morning, day 3. Jessica lay in her bed, eyes open, staring at nothing, breathing. Alive, but gone. Dr. Verne examined her. Clinical, detached. Fascinating. The extraction was successful. Brain activity is minimal. She's entered a persistent vegetative state. Perfectly asleep? No dreams, no consciousness, just rest. She's not resting. She's dead, Claire said. She's alive. Her body functions. She just doesn't need consciousness anymore. It's quite elegant, really. You're a monster. I'm a scientist. Dr. Verne made notes. Tonight will be interesting. 2 extractions. I wonder who he'll choose. The day crawled by. 11 people terrified. 1 person empty. They tried everything. Searched the facility for weapons, for exits, for anything useful. Nothing. The building was a fortress. No windows. 1 door, locked, guarded, impossible. We need to attack him in the dream, David said. All of us, at once, overwhelm him. You tried that. You passed right through him, Maria said. Because I was alone. Together maybe we can do something. Anything. Or we just die faster, Jessica's friend Sarah said. She'd been quiet until now, shocked, grieving. He's too strong. We're nothing to him. Then what do? Give up? Let him drain us one by one? Maybe we should. Maybe that's the mercy. Quick instead of slow. Painless instead of fighting. I'm not giving up, Claire said. There's always a way. We just haven't found it yet. But she didn't believe her own words, and neither did anyone else. Night 3. The sedative hit. Claire fought, failed, fell, into the dream. The dream. Night 4. The forest was dying. Trees were black, withered. The fog was blood red. The ground was ash. 10 of them appeared. Jessica and one other were missing. The other person had refused the sedative, fought the nurses, tried to stay awake. They found him in the dream anyway, unconscious, already drained, empty. Nathaniel stood in the center, even stronger, almost solid, almost awake. 2 pieces tonight. Who volunteers? Take me, David said. Leave the others alone. Noble. Stupid, but noble. Nathaniel moved to David, placed his hand on his forehead. Your military training, your discipline, your strength, all mine, he pulled. David screamed. The piece came free, glowing, bright, full of memory and will and identity. Nathaniel consumed it. Grew stronger. David collapsed. Empty, gone, one more. Who's next? Why are you doing this? Claire asked. You've been asleep for 500 years. Why wake up now? Why not stay asleep? Forever, would you? If you could wake up, would you choose to stay asleep? To dream forever? Never feel sunlight again? Never touch another person? Never truly live? But you're killing people. Dozens of people. For your freedom. And you'd do the same. If you were in my place. If you'd been trapped as long as I have. You'd sacrifice anything, anyone, for one moment of waking life. He was right. Claire knew it, hated it, but knew it. She would sacrifice others for sleep. She'd proven that by coming here, by signing up, by being desperate enough to ignore every red flag. You're just like me, Nathaniel said. Desperate, willing, ready to pay any price. That's why I chose you. That's why you're perfect. He moved towards Sarah, Jessica's friend. She tried to run. The forest held her, roots wrapped around her legs, pulled her down. Nathaniel took her piece.
Consumed it.
Sarah collapsed. 3 empty bodies in 2 nights. 8 people left. 3 more nights. They were losing. Fast. Claire woke up gasping. Morning. Day 4. 3 empty bodies. 8 conscious people. Growing panic. We're dying, Maria said, one by one. We're all going to die here. Maybe that's okay, someone said. Thomas. Quiet until now. Maybe dying peacefully is better than living like this. Exhausted, broken, suffering. At least we'll finally rest. That's what he wants you to think, Claire said. That's how he wins, by making us give up, accept it, welcome it. But what if he's right? What if this is mercy? Have you ever been so tired that death sounds like relief? When the promise of eternal rest outweighs the will to live, everyone in that room felt it. The pull, the temptation, the surrender. No, Claire said, forcing strength into her voice. We fight, we find his weakness, and we survive. How? Maria asked. We have 3 nights. He's taking more people each night. By night 7, we're all gone. What can we possibly do? Claire thought, remembered Nathaniel's words. The only way to hurt me is to hurt yourselves. What did that mean? She spent the day thinking, piecing together clues. Nathaniel was a dream vampire. He fed unconsciousness, unwaking minds trapped in sleep. That was his power. Their consciousness, their awareness, their desperate need to sleep. What if they stopped fighting sleep? What if they embraced it completely? Surrendered so fully that they stopped being conscious at all? Just pure sleep. No dreams, no awareness. Nothing for him to feed on. But how do you sleep without dreaming? How do you surrender consciousness completely while still being alive? Claire didn't know. But it was something. A thread. A possibility. Night 4 arrived. The sedative flowed. Claire didn't fight. She surrendered. Let it take her into the dream. The dream. Night 5. The forest was almost dead. Bare branches, ash ground, blood-red sky. 8 of them appeared. Fewer each night. Weaker each night. Nathaniel was nearly solid. Nearly real. His eyes were brighter. His smile is sharper. 4 pieces tonight. We're accelerating. I'm so close to waking. So close to freedom. Thank you, all of you, for your sacrifice. Wait, Claire said. Before you take anyone, I need to understand. What happens when you wake up? I'm free. I walk in the waking world again. Feel sunlight. Touch solid things. Live. And us? You sleep forever, dreamless, peaceful, empty, but alive. Your bodies will continue. Dr. Verney will care for you. Keep you comfortable. You'll never suffer again. That's not life. That's a coma. It's rest. Pure, complete, eternal. Isn't that what you wanted? We wanted to be cured. To sleep normally. To live. You can't have both. That's the price. Life or rest. You chose rest when you came here. Now live with that choice. He moved toward Maria. She didn't run, didn't fight, just closed her eyes, accepted it. Nathaniel took her piece.
Consumed it.
Maria fell, then Thomas, then another, then another. 4 people in one night. Gone, empty, erased. 4 people left. Claire, a man named Robert, a woman named Helen, and 1 other. 3 nights remaining. Tomorrow night I take all of you, Nathaniel said. 3 pieces each, 9 total. By night 6 you'll be almost empty. By night 7, completely gone. And I'll wake. Finally, after 500 years, I'll wake. He looked at Claire. Really looked. Studied her. You're thinking, plotting, planning. I can see it. You think you found something. A weakness. A way to fight. But you're wrong. There is no escape. No salvation. Only surrender. Accept it. Rest. Let go. The dream faded. Darkness took them. Claire woke to chaos. One of the empty bodies had stopped breathing. Dead. Really dead. The extraction had taken too much. The body couldn't sustain itself without consciousness. Dr. Verne examined the corpse. Interesting. The physiological systems require some minimal consciousness to function. We'll need to adjust the protocol. Someone died, Helen said. Someone actually died. This isn't a study. It's murder. It's a sleep study. Death is an unfortunate complication, but the others are alive, sleeping peacefully. That's what matters. You're insane. I'm dedicated. 4 people left. 2 nights remaining. After tonight, they'd be almost empty. After tomorrow, completely gone. And Nathaniel Grey would wake up. Claire had 1 night, 1 chance, 1 desperate plan. She just hoped it worked, because if it didn't, they were all dead. Day 5. 4 people left. 7 empty bodies in hospital beds. 1 corpse was removed quietly during the night. Claire, Robert, Helen, and a younger woman named Amy sat in the common area. Silent, exhausted, defeated. What's your plan? Robert asked Claire. You said you had something. I'm not sure it's a plan. More like a theory. We're dying. Theory is better than nothing. Claire took a breath. Nathaniel feeds on consciousness, on unaware minds trapped in sleep. Yeah, that's his power source. Our desperation. Our need to sleep. Our awareness of sleeping. Okay, Helen said. So what if we stop being aware? What if we sleep so deeply that there's nothing conscious for him to take? Pure dreamless sleep. No awareness. No self. Just nothing. That's what he's doing to us anyway, making us empty. No, he's taking our consciousness and keeping it. Consuming it. I'm talking about letting go completely. Before he can take it. Denying him the very thing he needs. Amy shook her head. That doesn't make sense. How do you sleep without consciousness? That's not sleep. That's death. Maybe. But maybe there's a state in between. A level of sleep so deep that even dreams don't exist. Where consciousness dissolves completely. Where there's nothing for him to feed on. And how do we reach that state? Robert asked. I don't know. But Nathaniel said something. The only way to hurt me is to hurt yourselves. What if that's literal? What if we have to break ourselves, shatter our consciousness so completely that there's nothing left for him to take? Silence. The weight of what she was suggesting. You're talking about suicide, Helen said. Mental suicide. Destroying our own minds. I'm talking about denying him. If we're going to lose ourselves anyway, at least we can choose how, on our terms. Not his. And if it doesn't work, if we just end up dead or empty anyway, then we're no worse off than we already are. Have you ever faced a choice where all options lead to loss? When the only question is how much you're willing to sacrifice. Robert stood, paced. Even if we could do this, reach this deep sleep state, what then? Nathaniel just waits, takes what's left. We can't stay in that state forever. No. But maybe long enough. Maybe if we deny him tonight, he weakens. Maybe the extraction fails. Maybe we buy time for something. Anything. It wasn't much. It was barely a plan. But it was all they had. I'm in, Amy said quietly. I'd rather destroy myself than let him have me. Me too, Helen agreed. Robert nodded. Okay, so how do we do it? How do we shatter our own consciousness? Claire had been thinking about that all day. Meditation techniques talk about dissolving the self. Ego death, complete surrender. Maybe we can force that. In the dream, together. Let go of everything. Memory, identity, self, just vanish. That's insane. Everything about this is insane. But do you have a better idea? Silence. No one did. Dr. Verne appeared at dinner. He looked tired, stressed. Tonight is critical. Nathaniel will take 3 pieces from each of you, 12 pieces total. By tomorrow night, he'll take what remains, 4 pieces, and he'll wake. What happens to you when he wakes? Claire asked. Does he keep his promise? Turn you into a dream vampire? Dr. Verne hesitated. That's between him and me. He's lying to you. You know that, right? He's been lying for 30 years, dangling immortality to keep you serving, but he'll never turn you. Why would he? You're more useful as a human servant. You don't know that? Yes, I do. Because I've seen him. Really seen him. He's desperate, selfish, cruel. He doesn't care about you. He's using you, and when he's free, he'll discard you. Or drain you. Or both. Dr. Verne's expression flickered. Doubt, fear, hope is dying. It doesn't matter, he said finally. The study continues. Tonight you sleep. Tomorrow it ends. He left, but his confidence was shaken. Claire saw it. The first crack in his certainty. Good. Let him doubt. Let him wonder. Night 5. 11 p.m. The 4 of them lay in their beds, IVs attached. Sedative flowing. Remember, Claire said. Let go. Completely. Don't fight him. Don't hold on to anything. Just dissolve. That's easier said than done, Robert said. How do you let go of yourself? We're nothing but self, identity, memory, consciousness. Then we become nothing. Just for tonight. Just long enough to deny him. The sedative hit. Warmth, heaviness, darkness. Claire surrendered, deeper than before. Falling, falling, falling into the dream. The dream, night 6. The forest was gone, replaced by void, infinite darkness. No ground, no sky, no air. Just nothing. 4 of them floated in the emptiness. Claire, Robert, Helen, Amy, and Nathaniel. Nearly solid now, nearly awake. His eyes blazed. His smile was triumphant. Tonight I take everything. 3 pieces each, 12 total. By tomorrow, I'll be complete. Free. Awake. He moved toward Amy. Reached out. Now, Claire said. Let go, all of us, now. She closed her eyes. Began the process. Letting go of memory. Her name, her past, her identity. Everything that made her Claire Bennett dissolved. Released. Surrendered. It was agony. Like dying. Like erasing herself from existence. But she did it. Pushed through. Became nothing. The others followed. Robert, Helen, Amy. All of them dissolving. Becoming void. Emptiness. Nothingness. Nathaniel grabbed for Amy's consciousness. His hand passed through. Nothing there. Nothing to take. What? No. What are you doing? He tried. Robert, nothing. Helen, nothing. Claire, nothing. They'd become pure sleep. Consciousness completely dissolved. Aware of nothing. Not even themselves. Nathaniel screamed. Rage. Frustration. You can't do this. You can't deny me. I'm so close. So close. He tried to force it. Tried to pull something, anything, but there was nothing to pull. Just emptiness. Just void. The dream realm trembled. Unstable. Collapsing. Nathaniel's form flickered. Weakened. No! No! 500 years. I've waited 500 years. You can't do this to me. The void fractured. Reality bleeding through. The dream was breaking apart. And then Claire understood. The truth. The terrible, beautiful truth. You need us conscious, she said. Her voice was distant, fading. You can only feed on aware minds. Sleeping minds that know they're sleeping. Without that awareness, you're powerless. We're not a food source. We're just sleeping, pure sleep. And sleep can't be consumed. It can only be experienced. Nathaniel lunged at her, desperate, fading. Wake up! Wake up, be conscious. Give me something! But Claire stayed in the void, stayed dissolved, stayed nothing, and slowly, impossibly, the dream realm collapsed. Claire woke up. Real waking. Not dream waking, Actually awake, the hospital bed, the monitors, the facility. But something was different. The IV was gone. The sedative had stopped. Dr. Verne stood over her, panicking. "What did you do? What happened?" "We denied him," Claire said. Her voice was hoarse, weak. "We became nothing. No consciousness to feed on. No awareness to consume. He couldn't take anything." But the dream realm collapsed. The connection was severed. He's weakening, fading back into deep sleep. Deeper than before. Good. No, not good. 30 years of work. 30 years of bringing him consciousness. And you destroyed it in one night. Dr. Verne grabbed her shoulders, shook her. "You've killed him!" Sent him back into the void. "He'll never wake now, never." Then my plan worked. Dr. Verne's face twisted. Rage, despair, madness. "I'll kill you. I'll kill all of you. You've ruined everything." Everything! He reached for a medical instrument. A scalpel. Raised it, security burst in. Grabbed him. Pulled him away. He screamed, fought, completely unraveled. The guards dragged him out. His screams echoed down the hallway. Claire collapsed back onto the bed, exhausted, triumphant, broken. The others woke. Up, Robert, Helen, Amy, confused, disoriented, but awake, conscious, alive. Did it work? Helen asked. "Yes," Claire said. "We denied him, weakened him, maybe killed him. I don't know. But we're free." Police arrived an hour later. Anonymous tip about the facility. They found everything. The empty bodies, the records, Dr. Verne's notes, evidence of dozens of victims over 30 years. The facility was shut down. Dr. Verne was arrested, charged with multiple counts of kidnapping, assault, and unlawful medical experimentation. The 4 survivors were taken to a hospital, real hospital, evaluated, treated, released. The 7 empty bodies remained in vegetative states, alive but gone. Families were contacted, decisions made. Some were kept on life support, some let go. All tragic, all preventable. But 4 people survived. 4 out of 12. Better than 0. 3 weeks later, Claire sat in a coffee shop, first time out in public since the facility. She'd slept every night, real sleep, deep, dreamless, peaceful. The insomnia was gone, cured, not by the study, but by the ordeal. Her body and mind had been pushed so far beyond exhaustion that something had reset, healed, fixed itself. She still had nightmares sometimes, about the forest, about Nathaniel, about the void, but they faded slowly, gradually. Amy texted her, "Coffee tomorrow? The 4 of us? Survivors meet up?" Claire smiled, texted back, "Yes, see you then." They met once a week, the 4 of them. Survivors, connected by trauma, by impossible choices, by the experience of dissolving themselves to save themselves. Robert was doing well. Back to work. Therapy is helping. Helen struggled more. PTSD, nightmares, but improving. Amy was the strongest. She'd started a blog, writing about the experience, warning others, exposing sleep study scams. They'd survived. Against impossible odds. Against a 500-year-old vampire. Against their own exhaustion. Have you ever survived something impossible and wondered how? When you're not sure if you're strong or just lucky. Claire felt that. Survivor's guilt mixed with pride. Relief mixed with sorrow for those who didn't make it. 1 month after the facility, Claire received a letter. No return address. Handwritten, elegant script. She opened it. "Dear Claire, you won. I'll admit that. You found the weakness, exploited it, denied me, sent me back into the deep sleep. But understand this. I'm not dead, not destroyed, just dormant, waiting, sleeping, dreaming. And dreams are patient. Dreams are eternal. Dreams always return. One day I'll wake again, find new dreamers, new desperate souls, new victims willing to trade consciousness for rest. And when I do, I'll remember you, the one who denied me, the one who understood. You could have joined me, you know, become like me, a dream vampire, eternal, powerful, free from mortal exhaustion. The offer still stands. Forever. Sleep well. Claire Bennett. But not too well, because I'll be waiting. In the deepest dreams. In the darkest sleep. In the void between waking and slumber. Always waiting. Nathaniel Grey. Claire stared at the letter. Her hands shook. Fear, anger, disgust. She burned it. Watched it turn to ash. Tried to forget. but the words lingered. Dreams always return. That night, Claire hesitated before bed. Afraid, wondering, but she was too tired. Too human, too mortal. She closed her eyes and slept and dreamed. 2 months after the facility, Claire woke up screaming. The nightmare had been vivid, real, too real. The forest, the void, Nathaniel's voice echoing through darkness. I'm waiting. Always waiting. She checked her phone. 3:33 a.m., of course. The witching hour. The time when dreams were strongest. Claire couldn't go back to sleep. She got up, made coffee, sat by the window watching the Minneapolis skyline. Lights, life, reality, not dreams, not nightmares, not Nathaniel. Her phone buzzed. Text from Helen. Did you dream about him? About the forest? Claire's blood went cold. She replied, yes, you too? Yes, and Robert, and Amy, all of us. Same dream, same night, same time. No, that wasn't possible. They'd stopped him, weakened him, sent him back into dormancy, unless they hadn't, unless he was still there, still reaching, still hunting. The 4 of them met that morning. Emergency meeting. Panic barely controlled. I thought we stopped him, Amy said. I thought dissolving our consciousness broke the connection. Maybe it weakened him temporarily, Robert said. But he's had 2 months. Maybe he's regaining strength. How? Helen asked. We're not in the facility. We're not drugged. We're not connected to him anymore. Aren't we? Claire said quietly. We were connected once, deeply. We entered his dream realm, gave him pieces of our consciousness. Even though we took them back, the link was formed. Maybe that link is permanent. So we're always going to be vulnerable to him? Always? I don't know, but we need to find out. They went to the library, researched dream vampires, sleep entities, consciousness parasites. Most of it was folklore, myth, nonsense, but some of it rang true. Dream vampires were rare, nearly extinct. They fed on conscious dreaming, on the awareness of sleep. Once they formed a connection with a dreamer, that connection could never be fully broken. Weakened, yes. Dormant, yes. But never destroyed. So he's always going to be there, Amy said. In our dreams. Forever. Unless we break the connection permanently, Claire said. How? By going back into his realm and destroying him completely. Everyone stared at her. You're insane, Robert said. We barely survived the first time. You want to go back? Voluntarily? He's in our heads, in our dreams. He'll never leave. He'll grow stronger. Every night he'll take a little more. Slowly, subtly, until we're empty again. The only way to stop him is to face him. End him. How do you end a dream vampire? How do you kill something that exists in consciousness? The same way we weakened him. By denying him. By becoming nothing. But this time, we take him with us. Dissolve him too. Erase him completely. Have you ever known the only way forward is back? When do you have to return to the nightmare to truly escape it? I'm not going back, Helen said. I can't, I won't. Then he owns you. Forever, every dream, every sleep, every moment of rest. He'll be there.
Taking pieces.
Slowly killing you. Maybe I can live with that. Maybe I don't sleep much. Maybe I manage. For how long? A year? 5 years? 10? Eventually, exhaustion wins. And when it does, he'll be waiting. Patient, hungry, ready. Helen looked away. She knew Claire was right. They all did. 3 months after the facility. The dreams intensified. Every night now, all 4 of them, pulled into the forest, into the void. Nathaniel is growing stronger, taking tiny pieces, so small they barely noticed, but accumulating, building, preparing. Amy was the first to break. She stopped sleeping, took stimulants, fought exhaustion with drugs and desperation. It lasted 2 weeks. Then her body gave out. She collapsed. Slept for 16 hours straight. When she woke up, a piece was missing. She felt it. The emptiness. The absence. He took something, she told them. Something important. A memory. A feeling. I can't remember what. But it's gone. They all felt it now. The slow erosion. The gradual theft. Nathaniel was feeding again. Carefully. Slowly. But feeding. We have to go back, Claire said. All of us together, or we die, slowly, piece by piece, until we're empty shells. This time, no one argued. They met at Claire's apartment. Night. Preparation. We need to sleep at the same time, Claire said. Enter the dream together, united. And then what? Robert asked. We've already tried dissolving our consciousness. It weakened him temporarily, but he came back. How do we make it permanent? By going deeper, by finding the core of him, the original curse, the source of his existence, and destroying it. You're talking about diving into the consciousness of a 500-year-old vampire. That's suicide. Maybe, but it's the only way. They prepared. Meditation, focus, unity. They needed to be synchronized. One entity, one purpose, one weapon. At midnight they lay down, closed their eyes, and consciously chose to sleep, to dream, to return to the nightmare. The dream. Final night. They appeared in the forest. But it was different. Alive again. Trees are green, fog white, ground solid. Nathaniel was waiting. He looked fully solid now, fully awake, but still trapped in the dream realm, still unable to truly wake. You came back. I knew you would.
I've been calling you.
Every night, pulling you closer. Thank you for making it easy. We're not here to feed you, Claire said. We're here to end you. End me? You barely hurt me last time. You think you can destroy me? I'm 500 years old. I've survived witch curses, vampire hunters, endless sleep. What makes you think 4 exhausted humans can kill me? Because we understand you now. You're not a vampire. You're a curse. A parasite. A piece of someone else's consciousness that became independent. You're not real. You're a dream that learned to think. Nathaniel's expression flickered. Anger, fear. I'm as real as you are. No. You're a ghost, a memory, a dream of a man who died 500 years ago. The witch didn't curse you to sleep. She killed you. Your body died. Your consciousness was supposed to die too. But it lingered, trapped in the moment of death, dreaming forever. That's not... You don't eat, don't breathe, don't age, because you can't. You're not alive. You're a dream having a dream, and we're going to wake you up. Nathaniel lunged at them, fury, desperation. But the 4 of them joined consciousness, united, one entity. They pushed back, not with force, with understanding, with truth, with the reality that Nathaniel had been denying for 500 years. You're dead. You've been dead. You'll always be dead. This is your afterlife, your purgatory, your eternal dream. Wake up, accept it. Let go, Nathaniel screamed. No, I'm alive.
I'll wake up.
I just need more consciousness. More dreamers. More. You've had dozens, hundreds. It's never enough. It'll never be enough. Because you're not trying to wake up. You're trying to become alive. And the dead can't become living. No matter how much consciousness you steal, the forest trembled, cracked, reality bleeding through. Nathaniel's form flickered, faded. If I'm dead, if this is all a dream, then what are you? What makes you real and me false? We can wake up, Claire said. You can't. That's the difference. We're visiting this realm. You're trapped in it. Forever. She reached into Nathaniel's consciousness, dove deep, found the core. The original moment. The witch's curse. The death. The denial. The 500 years of refusing to accept reality, and she showed him the truth. The memories flooded back. His real death. His body is failing. His consciousness separating. The witch's spell is not cursing him to sleep, but trapping his dying consciousness in a dream state. A mercy, she'd thought, letting him dream instead of facing oblivion. But Nathaniel had twisted it, refused to accept death, built a dream realm, trapped other dreamers, fed on their consciousness, all to convince himself he was still alive, still real, still capable of waking. I'm sorry, Claire said, but you died 500 years ago. This is your ghost, your echo. It's time to let go. Nathaniel looked at her, really looked, and for the first time Claire saw not a monster, not a vampire, not a predator, just a man, tired, scared, alone, who'd been fighting death for 5 centuries. I don't want to die, he whispered. I'm afraid everyone is. But you've already died. Now you just need to accept it. What comes after? I don't know, but it has to be better than this, than an eternity of dreams, than the loneliness, than the desperation. Let go. Rest. Really rest. Nathaniel's form faded, dissolving, not violently, not painfully, just releasing. Thank you, he said, for showing me the truth, for ending this, for letting me finally rest. He disappeared. The forest collapsed. The dream realm shattered, and the 4 of them woke up. Real waking. Final waking. Free waking. Claire opened her eyes. Her apartment. Morning light. The others stirred. Robert, Helen, Amy. All awake. All alive. All conscious. Is he gone? Helen asked. Yes, Claire said. Really gone.
Not dormant.
Not weakened. Gone. He accepted his death. Let go. Moved on. Will he come back? No, he can't. He finally died. Really died. The ghost is gone. They sat in silence, processing, grieving strangely, for a monster who'd tried to kill them, but also for a man who'd been trapped for 500 years. I feel sorry for him, Amy said. Me too, Robert agreed. He was a monster, Helen said, but he was also a victim of that witch, of the curse, of his own fear of death, Claire nodded. He's at peace now, finally, and so are we. 1 week later, Claire slept deeply, dreamlessly, peacefully. For the first time in years, she slept without fear, without nightmares, without anything, just rest. Pure, complete, beautiful rest. Her insomnia was cured, not by drugs or therapy or studies, but by facing the nightmare, by diving into consciousness itself, by helping a ghost finally die. The 4 survivors stayed in touch. Weekly meetings, therapy together, support, understanding, connection. They'd survived something impossible, something that should have killed them, and they'd done it together. 7 people hadn't been so lucky. 7 empty bodies. 7 families destroyed. 7 preventable deaths, but 4 survived. 4 found peace. 4 could finally sleep. It wasn't a victory. Not really. Too much loss, too much pain, but it was survival. And sometimes survival is enough. 3 months after Nathaniel's final death, Claire received one last letter, no return address, but she recognized the handwriting, Dr. Verne, from prison. Awaiting trial, she almost threw it away, but curiosity won. Dear Claire, I don't expect forgiveness. I don't deserve it. What I did was monstrous, unforgivable. But I want you to know, I believed, truly believed, that Nathaniel was the key to understanding consciousness. To conquer death, to achieve immortality, I was wrong. He wasn't a vampire. He was a victim, and I was his enabler, his murderer. I killed dozens of people chasing a lie. I'll spend the rest of my life in prison. It's not enough. Nothing will ever be enough, but it's what I deserve. You saved him. You freed him. You did what I couldn't do in 30 years. You showed him mercy. Thank you for ending his suffering. For ending mine, I hope you sleep well, all of you. You've earned it. Dr. Marcus Verne. Claire burned the letter, just like Nathaniel's. Watched it turn to ash. Some things needed to be forgotten. Released. Let go. She went to bed that night, closed her eyes, and slept deeply, peacefully, dreamlessly, and woke up refreshed, alive, free. 6 months after Nathaniel's death, Claire sat in a coffee shop, laptop open, writing. She'd started a blog, Survivors of Sleep. Stories from people with chronic insomnia, people who'd tried everything, people who understood the desperation, the exhaustion, the slow breakdown of sanity. Her story was there too, edited, anonymized, but real. The facility, the dream vampire, the escape, the healing. Thousands of people read it. Hundreds commented, shared their stories, their struggles, their hope. Claire had become something unexpected, an advocate, a voice, a guide for the sleepless. Her phone buzzed. Text from Amy. Meeting tonight? The usual place? Claire smiled. See you at 7. The 4 of them still met weekly. Support group of 4. Survivors who understood each other in ways no one else could. They'd all healed differently. Robert had gone back to work. Marketing executive, thriving. He slept 6 hours a night now. Regular schedule. Medication-free. Nightmare-free. Helen had struggled more. PTSD lingered. Nightmares occasionally returned. But therapy helped. Slowly, gradually. She was getting better. Amy had become an activist. She'd reported the facility, testified against Dr. Verne, pushed for regulations on sleep studies, for protection against predatory research. She'd turned trauma into purpose. And Claire? Claire had found peace. In writing. In helping others. I'm finally sleeping well. That evening, the 4 of them gathered at their usual cafe. Corner table. Privacy. Comfort. How's everyone sleeping? Robert asked. Their traditional opening question. Good, Helen said. 7 hours last night. One nightmare, but manageable. 8 hours, Amy said. Deep, dreamless, perfect. Same, Claire said. I don't even remember dreaming anymore. Just sleep. Pure sleep. It's still strange. After 3 years of insomnia, sleeping normally feels like a superpower. Robert laughed. I know that feeling. I wake up refreshed and think something's wrong, like I should be exhausted. But I'm not. It's weird. Good weird, Helen said. The best weird, Amy agreed. They ordered coffee, talked, laughed, shared updates about their lives. Healing looked different for everyone, but it was happening. Slowly, surely. I got a call yesterday, Amy said, from a journalist. They want to do a story about the facility, about what happened. National coverage. Are you going to do it? Claire asked. I don't know. Part of me wants to. Expose what happened. Warn people. Honor the 7 who didn't make it. And the other part? Wants to forget. Move on. Leave it buried. Have you ever struggled between speaking truth and seeking peace? When telling your story helps others but hurts you? Do what feels right, Robert said. We'll support you either way, Amy nodded. I think I'll do it. Those 7 people deserve to be remembered. Their families deserve to know the truth. And maybe our story prevents another Dr. Verne, another predator, another nightmare. Then we're with you, Claire said. All of us. If you need us to speak, we speak. If you need us to stay quiet, we stay quiet. Together. Together. They all agreed. 1 year after Nathaniel's death, the documentary aired. National television. The sleep study, a nightmare in Minneapolis. It covered everything. The facility, Dr. Verne, the 12 victims, the dream vampire, the escape, the aftermath. Amy, Claire, Robert, and Helen all appeared. Faces shown. Names used. Stories told. It was terrifying, exposing, vulnerable, but necessary. The response was overwhelming. Thousands of messages, support, gratitude, shared stories of predatory research, of exploitation, of desperate people taken advantage of. Regulations changed. New laws passed. Sleep studies now required oversight, independent monitoring, protections for vulnerable participants. 7 people had died, but their deaths meant something now, changed something, saved future victims. It didn't erase the pain. Nothing could. But it gave meaning to the tragedy. Dr. Verne's trial happened 2 months after the documentary. All 4 survivors testified, told their stories, faced him in court. He looked small, broken, nothing like the confident scientist from the facility. Prison had aged him, destroyed him. He pleaded guilty, showed remorse, explained his obsession, his desperation to achieve immortality, his willingness to sacrifice anything for that goal. The judge sentenced him to life in prison. No parole, multiple counts of murder, kidnapping, and unlawful experimentation. Justice. Imperfect. Incomplete. But justice nonetheless. As they left the courthouse, Claire felt something release, a weight she'd been carrying for over a year. Not forgiveness. Not forgetting, just letting go. How do you feel? Helen asked. Lighter, Claire said. Like I can finally move forward. Really move forward. Me too, Amy said. Same, Robert agreed. They stood outside the courthouse. 4 survivors, victorious, damaged, healing. What now? Helen asked. Now we live, Claire said. Really live, not just survive, not just exist. Actually live. 2 years after Nathaniel's death, Claire published a book, Awake, Surviving the Sleep Study. It became a bestseller, not because of the horror, but because of the hope. The message that trauma doesn't define you, that survival is possible, that healing, though slow, is real. She did speaking tours, conferences, universities, sleep research facilities, sharing her story, warning about predatory practices, advocating for the vulnerable. Amy joined her sometimes. They became a team. Survivors turned activists, voices for the voiceless. Robert got married, found love, built a family, named his daughter Jessica after the first victim, a memorial, a promise to remember. Helen became a therapist, specializing in PTSD, trauma, sleep disorders, turning her pain into purpose, helping others heal the way she'd healed. 4 people, 4 paths, 4 lives rebuilt from ashes, 5 years after Nathaniel's death. Claire sat in her Minneapolis apartment, the same apartment where she'd spent 3 sleepless years, where she'd found the ad, where everything had begun. but it felt different now. Not haunted, not heavy, just home. She checked her watch. 10:47 p.m. bedtime. A concept that once terrified her. Now it was routine, normal, peaceful. She brushed her teeth, changed into pajamas, climbed into bed. No fear, no anxiety, no desperate hope that tonight would be different. Just tiredness. Natural, healthy, human tiredness. Claire closed her eyes and slept. The dream, she found herself in a garden, beautiful, sunlit, flowers everywhere. Birds singing, peace, not the forest, not the void, not the nightmare, something else, something new. A figure appeared. Familiar, but different. Nathaniel. But not the desperate, hungry vampire. Not the ghost trapped in denial. Just a man. Young. Healthy. At peace. Hello, Claire. Nathaniel, how are you here? You moved on. You're dead? Gone, I am. This isn't real. Not in the way you think. This is just a dream. Your dream. I'm just a memory, an echo, a way for your subconscious to process. So you're not really here? No. But the message is real. I wanted to say thank you, through whatever remains of our connection, through the echo I left behind. Thank you for freeing me, for showing me the truth, for letting me finally rest. You're welcome. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm sorry for what you went through. Don't be. I chose denial, chose to trap others, chose to become a monster. You didn't make me that. I made myself that. And you unmade me, gave me peace. That's a gift. Claire felt tears on her face. Dream tears, real emotions. Are you at peace now? Really? Yes, finally, completely. No more dreams, no more hunger, no more loneliness, just rest, eternal rest. The kind I always claimed to want but was too afraid to accept. I'm glad. So am I. Nathaniel smiled. Genuine, peaceful. Sleep well, Claire Bennett. Dream beautiful dreams. Live a beautiful life. You've earned it. He faded. The garden faded. The dream released her, and Claire slept. Deep, peaceful, free. She woke up to sunlight. Morning. 7 hours of sleep. No nightmares. No interruptions. Just rest. Claire got up, made coffee, checked her email. Messages from readers, people thanking her, sharing their stories. Finding hope in hers, she replied to a few, offered encouragement, resources, understanding. Her phone rang. Amy. Hey, are we still on for brunch? Absolutely, Claire said. The usual place? Perfect. See you at 11. Claire got ready. Simple routine. Normal life. Beautiful in its ordinariness. She met Amy, Robert, and Helen at their favorite cafe. They sat outside, sunshine, warmth, life. I had a dream last night, Claire said. About Nathaniel. The others tensed. Not a nightmare, Claire clarified. A good dream. He was at peace. Said thank you. Said goodbye. It felt real. Like closure. I had a dream like that too, Helen said. Months ago. He looked different. Happy. Free. Me too, Amy said. I think part of him really is at rest now, and part of us needed to see that. To believe it. Or it's just our brains processing trauma, Robert said. Either way, it's good. Healthy, healing. They ordered food, talked, laughed, made plans for the weekend, for life, for the future. 5 years ago, none of them thought they'd have a future. Insomnia was killing them, slowly, surely. Then they'd found the sleep study, the nightmare, the horror, the impossible choice, and they'd survived. Together, against everything, against a dream vampire, against their own desperation, against death itself. 7 people hadn't been so lucky. 7 names they'd never forget. Jessica, David, Sarah, Maria, and Thomas. 2 others whose names Claire had learned later. From families, from funerals, from grief. They remembered. Always. Every meeting started with a moment of silence. A memorial. A promise to never forget. But they also lived, thrived, built lives worth surviving for, because that's what survival meant. Not just existing, but living, really living. With purpose, with joy, with hope. Epilogue, 10 years after the sleep study. Claire stood on a stage, TED Talk. The power of rest, surviving chronic insomnia. She told her story. The 3 years of sleeplessness. The desperation. The facility. The dream vampire. The escape, The healing, not all of it, not the graphic parts, but enough. Enough to help people understand, to give hope, to show that survival is possible. The audience listened, rapt, silent. Some cried, some nodded, some saw themselves in her story. When she finished, the applause was thunderous, standing ovation, recognition, gratitude. Claire stepped off stage. Amy was waiting. She'd watched from the wings. "You were amazing," Amy said. "Thanks." "I'm still shaking." "That's normal. You just shared your trauma with thousands of people. That takes courage." They walked outside. The conference center overlooked a lake. Beautiful, peaceful, real. "Do you think he's really gone?" Amy asked. "Nathaniel, do you think we destroyed him? Or just paused him?" "I think he's gone," Claire said. "Really gone. We showed him the truth. He accepted it, moved on. Whatever afterlife exists, he's in it now, at peace. I hope you're right. Me too." They stood in silence, watching the water, feeling the breeze, living. Have you ever survived something impossible and realized you're stronger than you thought? When the nightmare becomes the foundation for something beautiful? Claire felt that now. Strength, purpose, peace. She'd lost 3 years of her life to insomnia, lost another year to trauma, but she'd gained something too. Understanding, compassion, resilience, a mission, and most importantly, she'd gained something she thought she'd lost forever: sleep. Beautiful, deep, peaceful sleep. Every night, every dream, every morning she slept, and she lived, and she thrived. And that was the greatest victory of all. That night, Claire went to bed early, tired from the talk, from the emotions, from the memories. She closed her eyes, and as always, wondered briefly if tonight would be different, if the nightmares would return, if Nathaniel would appear, if the forest would reclaim her. But they didn't. He didn't. It didn't. Just sleep. Pure, simple, perfect sleep. And in that sleep Claire dreamed not of forests, not of vampires, not of nightmares. She dreamed of gardens, of sunshine, of peace, of all the people she'd helped, all the lives she'd touched, all the survivors who found hope in her story. She dreamed of the future, of more talks, more books, more advocacy, more change. She dreamed of Robert's daughter learning to ride a bike, of Helen opening her therapy practice, of Amy giving a speech at the UN. She dreamed of life, beautiful, messy, imperfect, wonderful life. And when she woke up, she remembered the dreams, smiled, got up, and lived another day, because that's what survivors do. They survive, and then they live, really live, with purpose, with joy, with peace, and most importantly, with sleep. Deep, restful, healing sleep, the kind of sleep worth fighting for, worth surviving for, worth everything. Claire Bennett had survived the nightmare, and she'd learned something invaluable. Sleep isn't the enemy. Dreams aren't the danger. Exhaustion isn't the end. Sometimes, the only way through the nightmare is straight through it. Together. With courage. With truth. With the willingness to dissolve yourself and be reborn. She'd done that. They all had. And they'd emerged stronger, wiser, more alive than ever. The sleep study had tried to kill them. The dream vampire had tried to consume them. The exhaustion had tried to break them, but they'd survived. All 4, against impossible odds. And now, 10 years later, they slept, peacefully, beautifully, freely, and that was the greatest miracle of all. The end.